In last week's video, I set up a problem that has to do with side effects that are managed outside of a JavaScript framework like Vue, and how that can affect our development environment. And so if you haven't seen the video, go back and watch it. I'm going to briefly demonstrate it here just to set it up, but you might benefit by watching that 3-minute video from last week to get the full context. But I stopped short of actually showing the full solution. And when Aaron was reviewing this video, he kind of called me out on it and said, Joel, don't show them the docs and tell them to figure it out. Show them the solution. So that's what we're going to do this week. So first of all, let's look at the code again. This is a very simple example. Let me just put this back here to show what's going to happen. And if I come over and I bring up this page, every second it says tick v1. All right, good. Then if I come here and I save that, I get the hot module reloading, which is great, but that initial timer is still going with the old value in it. This is the problem we were demonstrating. And I mentioned, I could just hit refresh here, problem solved, but I pointed towards the docs on how to use hooks like mounted and onMounted to manage this more effectively. And just to make it clear, this solution isn't just about setting timers like we are with setInterval. It has to do with a whole host of things that the browser takes control of that Vue itself isn't managing. So it's just a little bit of plumbing. We can have Vue clean up after itself. So let's take this whole script block and I'm going to drop in a new one. All right, so the main difference is that I am now tracking this timer. I'm capturing the interval ID, and notice I'm doing this when the component is mounted. We're still setting up the timer, but we're just grabbing onto a variable that we can later use. Really, the only other change in here is this onUnmounted, and this will just clear that interval out. So this one simple change, I just wrapped my existing code in onMounted, captured the variable, and then cleaned it up on unmounted. If I come back and I refresh this, so V1, we're back to that. But now notice, if I come up here and I say V2 and I save it and I tab back, it does what I would expect, right? So it cleaned up the timer that the browser was managing that still had the V1 message in it, and it is just running the one timer. Now, I pose this situation as like developer friction. Like I'm working on the component and I have these two timers running and it's annoying. It really is more than that though. This could be a bug in production, right? So this timer in the production app could still be running when I navigate away to another page. That developer friction was a little bit of a tell that something was going on that wasn't quite right. So this solution isn't just to make my life as a developer easier, it's actually to make the program more robust in production, to make a better experience for users. So that's a nice takeaway too, is every once in a while when you feel this friction or something isn't quite right, look a little deeper. Maybe it's not just about me as the developer or about some specific scenario that I'm bumping into, but maybe it's a sign that something broader is off and that I should correct it to make sure I don't ship a bug to production.